Chris, what are you doing down at the auction centres during lockdown? Should car dealers be able to deliver cars and hand over cars during the lockdown? Well, that's my question for you. Let me know in the comment section below. I am delivering cars to my customers and doing handovers. Is that right or wrong? The pressure is coming obviously from the customers because they've paid for their cars and they want their cars. So it's taking a lot longer than normal to get these done, and that's obvious, isn't it? Because let's face it, the car auctions are running a limited collection service. I've got to get a driver who will be prepared to do it, and he needs to either travel on the train. If he's not going to go on the train, he needs to get another driver to take him there. So he's now sitting next to somebody for a period of time to get to the auction. They've got to meet someone at the auction and collect the vehicle. Okay, social distancing will be used. They're then going to drive to the customer's house, hand the car over. Again, social distancing measures can be used. But it is difficult, and I'm sure you've all experienced this, it is difficult to maintain 2 metres at all times from somebody, isn't it? It's just nigh impossible to. I don't know what you've found, but I found it pretty much impossible to do. If they're coming to me for a handover, that means that car's got to come to me and I've got to take that car off a driver who's been sitting in that car for a few hours as well. So of course I'm going to glove up, I'm going to mask up, but I'm still putting myself into a position where that person's brought the car to me, and then I've got to do the handover. Now I'm fortunate because the unit that I'm in has got a whole separate area and I can do a completely separated handover in that area. But again, it's still handing over a car, isn't it, during lockdown? Stay home, protect the NHS and save lives, that's what we're being told. But Car Dealer Magazine reached out to the government and said, can car dealers deliver cars and sell online? And the government answer is, as long as social distancing measures are observed, yes. So now I've got to go back to the drivers and say, yes, you must get on public transport, yes, you must pick the car up, yes, you must deliver the car, and yes, you must then get public transport back or sit in a car with somebody else to deliver that car. That's a difficult one, isn't it? Again, tell me in the comment section below, and whilst you're here, if you enjoy this sort of video, why not subscribe? It's free after all. Thanks to you all as well who told me you like the new GoPro style. I'm really enjoying doing them. It sort of reinvigorated me as well to do more YouTube videos, so keep watching out on the channel for more content. I'll make plenty more of it. And I'll get back to the Astra this Sunday and give you an update on how we're getting on with that one and what the fault was. Thanks to all those who had a guess or probably got it right anyway and told me. It's a lot busier than I thought. Mostly lorries though, isn't it? Yeah. I've got myself down to BCA Perry Bar and I'm down here to collect a car. The auctions are shut, as you can see. The doors, the gates are all shut. But the collection area, that is open. So we're going to head round to the back. We've booked a time slot for us to go down and pick a car up. We've got the gloves on, we've got the masks on in the car, and we've booked this predetermined slot. So as you can see, they're all shut at the moment. So as you can see, the auctions, they've got loads of cars stacked up here, haven't they? All waiting to be collected. There'll be a load of car supermarket cars here. Obviously our cars as well. But they're releasing one at a time, every half an hour. So it's proving to be quite a challenge for the auction centres and for ourselves. Absolutely loads of cars stacked up. They take a picture of you with the car when they get it released. I've got to do my checks here before I leave. Quite a long drawn out process really, but look, we're getting the cars done. We're getting them to our customers, but it's just taking time. Absolutely shed loads of cars here. And I'm picking cars up for customers and we're trying to do this safe and as quick as possible. This car's coming back to my unit. We're going to keep it there now. This one's got to go to the Isle of Wight, so they can't come over on the boat from there to collect either. So this is going to get back to my unit and stored at my unit. But it's important that we pick these up get them out of the auction centre and get them ready for delivery as quick as we physically can. I've travelled down with Terry to pick up this car for one of my customers. Fortunately, Perry Bar isn't too far away from us, so we haven't had to sit next to each other for too long, and we both wore masks, both got gloves on, so we're doing our best to keep as clean as possible, obviously, and keep that social distancing going. Normally though, we'd have to shove someone on a train or on buses and trains, and that's not ideal, so we're trying to use recovery trucks, which is costing us more money. We're trying to use 2 drivers in a car, again costing us more money, and we can't pass this cost on to you, or we could pass the cost on to the customer, but no one would appreciate it. All we can do is get out and about and try and keep as safe as possible, so we can get these cars picked up and dropped off to the customer. The main reason for us having to pick the car up ourselves and going to the auction is to make sure that we do an inspection on the car. We've got to make sure we've got a comeback, you see. If there's anything wrong with the engine, the gearbox, anything wrong with that car, anything wrong with the bodywork that isn't on the report, we need to make sure that we've got a proper inspection from a proper trade-plated driver, so we can take it back to the auction and follow up any assured claims or any claims around bodywork issues, etc., that weren't declared on the inspection report. Now, that's the main reason why we do all the collections, or we send our trade drivers to do the collections for us on our behalf, so we get that information. It's important that the auctions don't have a private buyer attend, because if the private buyer attends, the car's deemed sold, all rights aren't transferred to that new owner, and unfortunately there's no help or support then for that customer. So we want to make sure we can always help the customer should there be an issue with the car. Also, what tends to happen is when we go and pick up these cars, there's a flat battery, there's no fuel, or a tyre is flat. So it's really important, again, that we go and we do this because we're used to dealing with those situations. During lockdown, there is very minimal support on site. I would go to say there's literally no support on site. There's something wrong with that car. It is your problem. So if we sent a private customer to pick up a car and there's all sorts of issues, how are you going to sort it out? How's that going to get sorted out? So it is important that we do that for you to make sure we can get the car picked up safely, to you securely, and support any after-sales needs. I'm heading back to the unit now, and I'm going to show you our safe handover area, and this is what we're using currently if people want to come and pick the cars up from us. Again, do tell me in the comment section below, is this enough? Should we even be doing this? I told you before, earlier in this YouTube video, that it's the pressure from the customers who want their cars, so we've got to try and facilitate this, haven't we? And also, whether you love him or hate him, Donald Trump said the cure can't be worse than the disease. So can destroying the economy be worse than what's been caused by coronavirus? Now that is a question that is really difficult to answer, isn't it? I'll leave it with you. Let me know your thoughts. So we have this Peugeot 208 GTI, and this is the one that the customer is coming to collect. And as you can see, we've got this massive space here in the new unit that currently has nothing in, so it's ideal for handovers, isn't it? Look at that. And then the customer can actually come in through there, through the shutters. I don't need to see them, and they can do the inspection on the car in the dry, because it isn't as sunny as it was the other day. It's absolutely chucking it down. We've got this massive space. As easy as that, they can pick up their car, can't they? I don't need to see them. I've got gloves on. I don't even need to see them. I can sit in my office. I can talk to them on the phone. What I've done is I've put the key on the window, so they can grab that, and the docks are also in the car, and they've already taxed it, they've already insured it, so they can come in, do their inspection and have a look at the car, can't they? And I don't really need to see them. So that is our current plan of handovers when the car's at the unit, but we've still got to get the car to the unit. That is the thing. And I'll tell you what, this is a cracker. He's going to be overjoyed with this. You can take your chances sometimes buying these at auction, but I think he's done really well. Anyone had one of these? They're nice, aren't they? Tidy looking car. Very nice looking car. Didn't cost a lot. Drives really well. I think he's going to be pleased with that.